Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Deshika. Today we are at Barbarin Ayurveda Beach Resort in Valigama. Today Sunday, In our webinar, we are ready to discuss about some collection rituals and principles of Ayurvedic medicines and immunity enhancing beverage we call Suvadarini. For that purpose, here with me, there are another two doctors who came from Barbarin Ayurveda Institute, Dr. Chamal and Dr. Gayan. So, for our discussion today, I would like to invite Dr. Chamal and Dr. Gayan to continue our webinar.
Thank you, Dr. Udeshika. Ayubowan. So today we are going to discuss, as Dr. Udeshika told, the collection principles and the rituals of Ayurvedic medicine. So we are in the Barbarin Ayurveda Beach Resort, the Herbal Garden. So my colleague Dr. Gayan and myself, we are going to discuss more things about the collection rituals and principles. So there are basic things that described in Ayurveda, which includes the restrictions, regulations and guidelines of the collection of these raw materials from the plants. As you knew, raw materials of the plants would be the main ingredient, main part and the heart of the Ayurvedic medicine. So more than 75% of the medicines are made of the miracles of the nature, the plants. But we have to think about the collection principles of them, because each and every Ayurveda or Ayurvedic scripts mention about their importance. So there are basically 5 parts of the plants are used to produce medicines: roots, stem barks, leaves, flowers and fruits. Each and every part of the plant has its own and specific rituals and the principles of collection. Ayurveda mentions about the season of collection and the locations of collection like that. So during the rainy season, we do not collect any type of plant parts for the medicine, and there are specific locations that we should not collect the plant materials, such as in the cemeteries, in the roadsides, in the road junctions and near the animal habitats. So all of these guidelines are explained to enhance the conservation strategy of the plants, as well as to have the efficient pharmacological aspect of such plants. Gayan, let's talk about how to collect the plant leaves for the medicine.
Hi Bhavan everyone. As Chamal mentions, in Ayurvedic medicine, the plants plays a major role in the Ayurvedic medical system. So as in any medical system, medicine is the main part of any medical system. So in this system especially, we use plants to prepare our medicines. So when you are collecting the plant materials for our medicine making, we have several concerns. So mainly I need to emphasize, when you are getting into a plant, we always need to consider the plant also as a life matter part in our surrounding. So we need to treat it as a human being, and we always need to think of its life expanding also, because without plants we can't expect any sustainable Ayurvedic medical system without the plants. So we'll consider what we are talking about the 3 things. We are talking about collection of leaves, barks and roots. Firstly, we'll get into the leaves. So when you are about to collect the leaves, first you need to check whether always you need to get into a well mature part of the plant, and need to avoid all the insect harm parts and
also the wilted parts.
Wilted part, discoloration and all this stuff, because from those parts we can't expect a good efficacy in our drug. So out of these parts, in the mid part of this tree, I'll willing to choose this part as our medical purpose, and all the time don't remove the leaf by leaf. Always make sure to select a bunch of leaves together at once, then it has the chance of grow it again. For when we are collecting it next time, we need to always give a time to grow this part again. So when you are collecting next time, we need to get into another part of this tree. So we can save, we can conserve the tree plant while we are collecting the medicine.
Yes. So this is Malabar nut leaves. So it is very important medicine in Ayurveda, especially for the respiratory diseases as well as the neurological diseases. So as Dr. Gayan told, we do not collect. If we are collecting the leaves, so we do not collect leaf by leaf. We have to collect it as the whole or the bunch of the leaves. So Dr. Gayan, let's move into the collection of the barks. So this is a neem tree, another miracle in Ayurveda, and which has more properties of enhancing our immunity and lot of antimicrobial properties. Dr. Gayan, what are the basic things that we have to think about the collection of the plant stem bark?
Right, as I told in the previous part, anyway, before collect any part from a tree, that should be a well mature tree or a plant, well mature plant. So if
And
you
not harmed by the insects, termites, and
Yeah.
it is not a habitat of bats and all. So
Yeah.
we have to think about the physical quality of the plant.
Yeah, so always make sure that the plant, that part is without any insect harm, and mainly I am focusing on this case. We need to always, before collect, we need to worship into our plant, because it's give a big benefit for us, and we as a gratitude we need to worship the plant before collect any part of it. So
The main idea of worshipping to the plant is because the plant actually gives its product for us to make the remedies and get rid of the ailments. So for the gratitude of that, we do the worship.
right, when you are removing the bark from the tree, so always this is a cylindric shape stem. So when you are collecting one part in this side, in the next time you need to make sure to collect the part from the other side. Otherwise, if you make the collection from the same side, it does a big harm to the growth of the plant. So to avoid that, when you are collecting the part from this side, the next time you need to try it in the other side, right? And when you are collecting, always make sure to put the 1.5 inches of width strip, and you can lead it with depend on the tree, you can lead up to the 1 or 2 feet, but this time I use it about say 6 inches, right? And you need to put the margins like that, then you can remove the part.
Like this.
Right.
So this is what we collected from the stem.
Right, after we remove the part from the tree, there is an open space, open surface to the surrounding. So it can lead to microbial attack, insect attack, so that can harm to the growth of the plant and can even die this plant. So to eliminate that secondary attacks, we can apply specially prepared medicinal paste on this surface.
Yes, this is made basically on clay, and some medicines are applied on it. That's about the collection of the plant stem barks. So we have to next talk about how to collect the plant roots. Now we are going to collect the plant roots. Roots are very important part of the plant medicine because in Ayurveda scripts they say if there is a plant which is not described specially which part is used for the medicine, we have to collect the root of the such plant. So there are guidelines, rituals and principles of collection as well as we described in the leaves as well as in the stem. So this is an areca nut tree and the roots of areca nut is used for making the decoctions over the toothaches. So this has a lot of benefits in these roots. Dr. Gayan, what are the things that we have to consider when we are collecting the root of the areca nut?
Right. So root means in any tree based on root. So when you are collecting, you need to concern much more attention than the other parts of the tree, because if you do a really big damage to the root, it can harm to the whole plant. Even
the
it
whole
can
plant will be died if we have done wrong collection methods.
method. So therefore this is a cylindrical shape tree, so there are roots around the tree. So always you need to consider one direction of the root, one direction for the root collection, because if you try to collect root materials from around the tree, it will do a big damage to the tree. So this time, or most of the times, we collect the root materials from the north direction. So herefore, as I mentioned before, before this collection also we need to worship and need to give the same gratitude for the any tree before collection. So I am about to collect it.
This is a collected root of the areca nut. So actually these collection rituals and principles are described to protect the environment. The basic aspect of these collection rituals would be enhancing the eco-conservation. So we have now collected leaves, stems and the roots. Using these items, then we are going to produce such medicines which are very important in these days. We talk them in later as our second section of the webinar, the immunity enhancing beverages. For that purpose, we are now moving to our pharmacy. Before we are moving to the pharmacy, I stopped in our herbal garden because I just want to talk with you about the immunity concepts in Ayurveda. So immunity concept is described in Ayurveda as ojas or vyadhishamatva. Vyadhishamatva is gained through the ojas. Let's see what vyadhishamatva is. So vyadhishamatva, the word itself gives the idea, the resistance to a disease. So during any disease, including infectious or non-infectious diseases, we should have the vyadhishamatva or the resistance to a disease to protect from it. So during this corona outbreak, we knew that we don't have a proper medicine or vaccine. Therefore, only the possible option would be the enhancing the immunity over the disease. So in Ayurveda, it clearly describes about the immunity concept. As I told earlier, that is the vyadhishamatva. So let's talk about vyadhishamatva is gained by the ojas, and let's see what ojas is. Ojas is described in Ayurveda as the essence of the sapta dhatu, which are the structural parts of our body. So to have that essence, we should keep the proper digestion and the proper nutrition. If our diet is not a balanced one and it doesn't have much nutrients, then our immunity will get down. Therefore, we should keep in our mind to have a proper diet during all the times if we want to be a healthy man. Then we have to think about our sleep. If you don't have the sleep, your immunity will goes down. So there are other some factors that influence your immunity. You knew there are 3 doshas in our body: Vata, Pitta and Kapha. We should keep these 3 doshas in the balanced state, especially the Kapha dosha in the normal state, which has the more influence on the ojas. Ojas in our body has 2 types. First one is the para ojas, which is located around the heart. It has the more strength than the other one. The second type would be the upper ojas, and it is spreaded throughout our body. So, there are possible factors that increases our ojas, and I have explained them: proper sleep, proper diet and the balanced state of the kapha dosha and the other doshas as well. So, let us talk about some plants which is mentioned in Ayurveda, and they have the practical uses to enhance the immunity. The best example would be ginger. So, this is a ginger nursery in our herbal garden. So, I have here the raw ginger tubers. Usually for making the beverages, we take the dry parts of the tubers. This raw ginger is made into the dry ginger, and we take them for the medicines. As a home remedy, you can take a slice of raw ginger and you can add it into a slight warm water and you can drink it. Then in our next section, we are going to talk about suvadarani, and the dry ginger is a main ingredient of that. Ginger has been proven with its properties over the immunity. Ginger has a plenty of phytochemicals and antioxidants, which shows highest enhancing evidences for the immunity. So, I have here turmeric. It is also a member of ginger family. You can distinguish these 2 tubers from the color. Turmeric has the unique yellow color than ginger, but ginger has a specific scent than the turmeric. Turmeric has also immune enhancing properties as well as anti-allergic properties. Turmeric is widely used in Sri Lanka for having the anti-allergic properties as well as the immune enhancing action. Ginger is also called as universal drug, which has Ayurvedic term called Vishwa Bheshaja, because ginger can use for lot of illnesses and the ailments which is described in Ayurveda. Let us move to the pharmacy and we talk about suvadarani, which is the special immune enhancing remedy. We have collected the Ayurvedic medicines raw materials at our garden. So likewise, nurturing of the medicinal plants would be one of the prime objectives of Barberine Ayurveda resorts. Usually for manufacturing our medicines, we collect the raw materials from our own gardens as well as our own eco properties. Suvadarani we have made in our institute as well as our Ayurveda resorts to enhance the immunity, which is a formulated medicine by the Department of Ayurveda in Sri Lanka. So Barberine Ayurveda resorts and our institute has the permission to manufacture this medicine at our own. So this medicine is quite easier to make. I will explain how you can do it. We need 4 raw materials to make Suvadarani product at your home. We need coriander and yellow wine, Venival, dry ginger and dry galangal. Before we grind the coriander seeds, we have to roast it for a bit. Then we grind it to reach a fine powder. Yellow wine, Venival, also grind into a fine powder. Dry ginger also grind to reach a fine powder. Dry galangal is also grind to reach a fine powder. Then I will tell you how to get the ratios of such medicines. Coriander, we have to take 4 parts. Two, 3 and 4. Yellow wine, we have to get 2 parts. 1, 2. Dry ginger, 1 part. Dry galangal, 1 part. I will tell the ratios again. Coriander, 4 parts. Yellow wine, 2 parts. Dry ginger, 1 part, and dry galangal, 1 part. Then we mix together to get a proper mixture. I will tell little bit about these ingredients and why we are getting those into the Suvadarani product. Coriander is a well-known immune enhancer and a proper antioxidant, and it has shown its action over the microbial infections such as this corona outbreak. So it increases your immunity. Venival, the yellow wine in Sri Lanka, it is used several years to treat for the fevers. And dry ginger is also called as the universal drug Vishwa Bheshaja in Sanskrit because it can be applicable for any ailments and the illnesses. So ginger has also proved its actions over the immunity, and it has the properties of enhancing the immunity. Galangal is also a member of ginger family and has a very specific aromatic scent, and it also has a plenty of antioxidants which can improve your immunity. Then we had made the powder. We should take very warm water, and you can get 1 cup of warm water, and you can add a tablespoon for 1 adult to have the beverage. You can enhance your immunity. You should take 1 cup of very warm water and you have added 1 tablespoon of the powder and mix it and stir it. Then keep the beverage 5 to 8 minutes, then you can drink as immunity enhancer. You should follow the same process for 2 times per day, one in the morning and other one in the evening. I think you understood how to prepare Swadharani at your home. Because you need only 4 simple ingredients and I told you how to make that. Then I hope you enjoy our immune enhancing medicine Swadharani at your home. Because during this outbreak, we don't have any option other than enhancing our immunity. So let's see you in another day like this. So we are going to talk about the miracles of Ayurveda in another day in like this webinar.
I hope today you learn more information about collecting rituals and principles of Ayurvedic medicines and also about our immunity enhancing beverage Swadharani. And beside these informations, I want to give another little information. I think our doctors also will agree with me. Not only medicines. Actually, we have to protect, we have to follow good diet plan and good healthy diet plan and healthy lifestyle to protect our health. So thank you for joining our webinar today, and thank you Dr. Gayan, Dr. Chamal for sharing your valuable information with us, and stay safe and stay with us dear guests for new webinar on next Sunday. Have a good Sunday.
Ayubowan.